Hi, my name is Uroš and welcome to my channel where I strive to be more engaging than cat videos, but admittedly I fail miserably every single time. Today we're going to look at customer avatars. Think of it as a detective work minus the trench coat, because knowing your customers isn't just a good idea, it's your roadmap. Why? Because shooting a video without understanding your audience is like trying to hit a bullseye in the dark while blindfolded. Customer avatars are not a revolutionary concept by any stretch of the imagination. You can find hundreds of videos on YouTube. However, I decided to create my own because I feel that most of those videos are too general. Yes, of course, it's beneficial to know the demographics of your customers, but I believe there are far more important questions than their age, how many kids they have, and where do they go for lunch. But first, a disclaimer. Base your customer avatar on a real person. The best way to do this is to literally invite a few of your best fit or potential clients for an interview. 3 to 5 is plenty because I guarantee you will start to see patterns in their answers and come to a realization that they have similar problems when it comes to your business. Yes, you can always help yourself with ChatGPT, but don't take those answers at face value. In my experience, I received very general answers from ChatGPT like video production is expensive, time consuming, my clients have issues with consistency, and so on and so forth. But then through actual interviews, I realized that yes, price can be a pain point, but only if the video does not perform as expected. Keep in mind that ChatGPT can be a great tool. Just don't believe everything it says because it desperately wants to satisfy you and it has no problem lying to your face like a politician on a campaign trail. So find a way to fact check its answers, same as with your politicians. But I digress. Also, you will find a PDF template in the description down below. The template is structured around 3 key areas: demographics, behavior, and decision making. After we fill out all these 3 sections, we can move on the most important part of the template, and that is the message. In other words, what do your customers need to hear from you in order to act? I will show you an example of one of my own customer avatars. This avatar is based on a group of marketing managers who work in high-tech companies that sell products. First, let's start with a general demographic information just to create an image of this person in our minds. Okay, let's enter their name, age, gender, and location. Be as specific as possible, but don't get hung up on this information because this information helps you visualize your customer. To get an even better picture of who your customer is, write a story about them and how they operate in regards to your business. You can make this section as long or as short as you want, but the more detailed you will get, the better picture you will have of who this person really is. In my case, we are looking at Tina. She is a marketing manager that markets high-tech products. She has a small team. She is aware that video has become a standard and they need to do it well in order to compete with their competition. She wants to be appreciated amongst their coworkers, and she is aware that her social status in the company may suffer if she does not do a good job. The problem is that she is just too busy and doesn't have the time to come up with ideas for video content, and she doesn't have the knowledge nor resources to produce them at scale. She might even have had a bad experience in the past with the video production service when the results were just not there. Because she cannot find a good partner that can help her and take on responsibility for video content, she decided not to do it and focus on other tasks. So she is in a kind of a limbo, caught between knowing that they need to produce video content, but she just doesn't know where to start and the perceived risks are too high. Now, let's move on to behavior patterns. So ask yourself this question. What do they do regarding your business? In my case, Tina will first decide what she wants to achieve with video content or what is the reason she wants to invest into video content. Then she will analyze her competition and try to figure out what works for them. Basically, she will learn and try to get a better understanding of what works in her industry so she can make an informed decision. Next question you want to ask yourself is, Where do they go when they are seeking out specific information? In my case, she goes to YouTube, Google, competitors' website, LinkedIn. She talks to her colleagues at networking and industry events, and so on and so on. Now, it is very important to understand exactly where she goes to seek out specific information, because these are all potential touch points where she could come in touch with our content. After you figure out the potential touch points, let's move on to triggers. In my opinion, one of the most important parts of creating customer avatar. Think about what thoughts, emotions, actions, or circumstances need to occur in this person's life in order to trigger them to do something that leads them closer to you. In my case of Techitina, the triggers are a new product launch, seeing that competition is using video and she feels they are losing authority. It's the beginning of the year and she is thinking about how to spend her marketing budget efficiently. Sometimes the CEO orders her to go out and find a video production agency because they need to announce something important. It can be the fear of missing out or falling behind the quarterly sales goals. Maybe she's frustrated with not having enough quality visual material to use on digital platforms. All of this information gives us an idea about what triggers our Techitina to start researching on video content or to get in touch with video production agents straight away. Okay, now let's move to decision making. You will get the best results when you put yourself in your customer's shoes. Here is where you will try to understand their goals, the challenges they are facing, and potential objections they have. Here is where a decision is being made to eventually buy from you, choose your competition, or do nothing at all. First, let's break down the goals. For our Techitina, her goal ultimately is helping the company hit their target, and she wants to be seen as someone who played a role to reaching these goals. She really does not want to invest money into things she doesn't understand. She needs someone who is able to envision engaging video content, deliver enough of it so she can work with it over longer periods of time, and of course see positive results. Now that we define her goals, let's look what are her challenges. She lacks diversity of quality video content. It's hard for her to visualize how these videos need to look like. She is creative, but because she is overwhelmed by her job, she doesn't have the time to deep dive into video production. She may work with people who do not want to step in front of the camera. She fears the video will not get the results she wants. Her time to finish the project is of course limited, and in certain cases she has a hard time getting a buy-in from her team or her boss. Finally, let's look at the potential objections customers may have regarding your product. In our case, Tina's objections are that she doesn't want to get burned. What if the price is too high? Is the process of video production going to be taxing on her and her team? What is the video going to look like in the end? What if she does not like the video at the end? What if she is going to have any corrections at the end? And I could go on and on, but you get the point. Okay, now let's bring all of this together and ask ourselves, what is the key message that our potential customers need to hear in order to take action? In our case, for someone like Techitina, with all those uncertainties, where to start, what to do, how to do it, the fear of things not going wrong, lack of clarity on how the process works, and so on and so on. What she needs to hear from me is that I will help her identify what she needs. I will guide her through every step. I will take on the responsibility of coming up with the creative ideas and share them with her before we go into production process. Make sure she has a saying and that we are on the same page on how the video is going to look like. Of course, at the end, she needs to look good in front of her team and coworkers. At the end of the day, for Techitina, this message is what I need to work into my videos, communications, headlines, web pages. I need to make sure that Techitina gets this message on each touch point when she comes in contact with my content and my brand. This is how she's going to come up with the conclusion. Hey, this guy gets me, and I want to work with him because he understands what is at stake for me here. Okay, so this is it, an example of a customer avatar. Keep in mind you don't need a bunch of them. Between 2 and 3 avatars are more than enough. Remember, there is an editable customer avatar template in the description below that goes with this lesson. Make sure you get a good use of it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and if you want to know more about how you can successfully use video content to prepare your business, check out other videos on this channel. If you have any specific questions, don't be a stranger. Just ask in the comments and I will get to you as soon as I can. Thanks for tuning in and see you in the next one.